welcome to Hillman Halt. Today, unboxing of a new Accurascale loco that arrived today. Very pleased. It's the Class 92 Debussy version of their rail freight loco with DCC sound fitted. I've been looking forward to getting one of these for a while. Firstly, it's my first proper loco as opposed to a toy train. But actually, when you look at the spec of this loco, I'm intrigued as to how they do it for the price when you look at some of the other locos on the market. So, nice big sturdy box. Inside a few bits and pieces around additional items that can be fitted, some additional transfers, the lock sound, function keys, and for the lights as well. Additional guide around the loco. Nice information about the operators and the history of the loco, which is nice. I'll have a read of that later. Operating instructions for the Class 92. My, that's a lot of parts. Spare parts. I hope I won't need any spare parts, but at least I know what ones they are if I need them. And then the detail pack fitting guide, which relates to this card as well. So, moving past the bump, inside nicely packaged and secure in reams and thick elements of foam. We actually end up with the loco itself. First test is getting into it. There we go. It's like pass the parcel. So those are the extra bits to be fitted, which I'll have a look at later. And a couple more decals to be added should they be required. Absolutely microscopic. I better not lose those. Oh, this is an ingenuity test. Where's the edge? Okay. There we go. Initiative test passed. Well, it's certainly nicely packaged for shipping. Coupling there. It's certainly got a very good weight on it. I'll give it away in a second, but the first thing that strikes me is the level of detail. Extremely well detailed. And what I'm interested to understand and play around with on this is, again, coming back to the price point. No locos are cheap, but this one's not only got the DCC sound, and from the reviews I've seen online for the manufacturer, the level of complexity just in the lighting, they've put a great deal of thought into how everything's lit. I'll try and get some shots into the cab at some point as well. Is quite something, and it's got a keep alive in it as well for any dodgy areas of track. All these things are normally additional items and expensive to add, so I'm intrigued as to what it's actually like when it's on the track and being run in, given the price point. In terms of the weight, to date I've only had toy trains, which, putting on the scales here, 59 grams. Now when we actually put a proper loco on, not a plastic toy train, 486 grams, so it's a really good weight actually, which should hopefully have a nice lot of traction. Again, love the detail. Sprung loaded at the front. A large number of items that have been additionally added as part of the build. So, going to get on the track now, see what it's like with the different sounds, lights, and then start to run it in and see where we get to. Right, now in the pack when I opened it was this card, and I sort of skimmed over it. What I didn't realise and appreciate was you must read the instructions on the reverse of this card before unpacking. So that's fine, no damage, no problems yet. This is about the pantographs. They are locked in place for shipping, and what you need to do is lift them up gently, which scares the whatever out of me. So let's see if I can do this without destroying the model. So it says put a tweezers and lift it up. Let's go the other way. Well, I don't know if I've done it or not. I was expecting something a little bit more meaningful than a slight pop-up. I will give that a check now and come back. Okay, well that seems to have worked. Let's try getting the loco moving. Really good range. Actually, the sounds are far better than I thought they're going to be, having not had a sound loco before. Only ever seeing sound locos on YouTube videos. I don't know how this will come across, but actually the sound's very impressive. My only criticism at this stage, and yes, this most probably user error, is that this small piece of detail has dropped out. My only criticism at this stage, and yes, this most probably user error, is that this small piece of detail has dropped out from its housing. Now, I'm not very good with glue, so I'm very worried that when I try and fix that, I'm going to mess something up. So I'll have to have a little look at that, get the finest tweezers with the smallest bit of glue and see what I can do to fix that. Otherwise, it's fantastic. The crawl speed's very good. The sounds are amazing. The detail on the build is quality. The weight is amazing. I'm not used to having a proper loco with a proper weight. Obviously, it's just running on a little loop now, given the state of my layout is fairly non-existent. I'm going to run it in now, let it go for an hour in each direction, and then start playing with it, put some wagons on the back, and see how it goes.